Welcome to Study Tips and Skills for College Success. In this workshop, we're going to focus on real-life strategies to make college less overwhelming and more manageable. My goal is not to give you a bunch of rules, but to share tools you can actually use in your classes. We'll look at time management, note-taking, reading strategies, how to stay organized, and a few tech tools and campus resources that can make your life easier. As we go, think about which ideas fit your personality and schedule, because there isn't just one right way to be a successful college student. Starting college is a big deal. It's exciting, but can also feel like someone changed all the rules at once. You suddenly have more freedom, but also more responsibility. Study skills are really about feeling more in control of your time, your assignments, and your stress. When you have a plan, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed, and you can actually enjoy the parts of college that are fun, such as friends, activities, and time for yourself. As we go through today, keep in mind that small changes in how you study can mean less last-minute panic and better results with less chaos. Time management is basically deciding on purpose how you're going to use your hours instead of letting deadlines sneak up on you. One of the simplest tools is a planner or digital calendar. Put in all your due dates, exam dates, and work shifts, and then look at the whole week so you can see busy days coming before they hit. When you have a big assignment, don't wait until the night before. Break it into smaller steps. Brainstorming, rough draft, revision, final edit. Put those smaller steps on different days so it feels doable. You can also try the 25-5 method. Set a timer and work for 25 focused minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After a few cycles, take a longer break. This helps you get started when you don't feel motivated and keeps you from burning out. Finally, think about your weekly rhythm. Where will you study and when? Try to balance school, work, and social life so you're not doing everything at once and crashing later. Good notes aren't about writing down every word your instructor says. They're about capturing the key ideas in a way that makes sense to your brain. You can experiment with different formats, such as outlines, mind maps, or more visual tools like Venn diagrams when you're comparing ideas. If one style hasn't worked for you in the past, it's worth trying another. During class, listen for main ideas, examples, and anything the instructor repeats or emphasizes. After class, highlight or underline key terms and add a few quick comments in the margins about why that idea matters. Reviewing your notes within 24 hours is huge. Your brain forgets quickly, and a fast review locks things in. Color coding can also help. For instance, one color for definitions, another for examples, another for questions you still have. The goal is to make your notes something you can actually use later, not just pages you never look at again. College reading is different from a quick scroll on your phone. It's denser, slower, and often packed with important ideas. One of the best strategies is to preview before you dive in. Look at the title, headings, bold terms, and any questions at the end of the chapter. That gives your brain a roadmap so you know what to look for. As you read, be active. Underline or highlight sparingly, and write brief notes in the margin. Things like main idea, example, or I disagree. You can also pause at the end of each section and ask, what did I just read? And try to say it in your own words. If a reading is long, break it into chunks and schedule it over a few days instead of trying to cram it all in one night. The more you interact with the text, question it, connect it to class, or relate it to your own life, the more likely you are to remember it. Many students think studying is just rereading notes or staring at a textbook, but that's actually one of the least effective ways to learn. Active studying means doing something with the material. You might quiz yourself with flashcards, talk through a concept out loud as if you're teaching it to a friend, or make practice problems and then check your answers. You can also create your own study guides. Turn headings into questions, then answer them in your own words. Study groups can help if they stay focused. Use them to review key ideas, explain concepts to each other, and test one another. not just to complain about the class. The big idea here is the more your brain has to work with the information, recall it, explain it, use it, the deeper you'll remember it when it's test time. Being disorganized can cost you points you've already earned. Papers get lost, deadlines get missed, and you feel constantly behind. One way to fight that is to give every class a home, or a folder or binder, either physical or digital, where all handouts, notes, and assignments go. Try to avoid random piles of paper or files called New Document 3, for example. Digitally, create folders for each class and name your files clearly. For example, English 101 Process Essay Draft 2 instead of English Thing. Take a moment after each class to put things where they belong so it doesn't build up. You can also pick one day a week to do a quick reset. Clean out your backpack, organize your desk, and make sure you know what's coming up next. A little bit of organization now saves a lot of stress later. It's really hard to do your best work if you're exhausted, hungry, or stressed 24/7. Sleep, food, and movement are not luxuries, they're part of your study plan. Try to get as consistent a sleep schedule as you can, even if you can't always get a full 8 hours. All-nighters usually hurt more than they help. Pay attention to what you're eating and drinking when you study too. Some snacks and water will keep your energy steadier than just energy drinks and sugar. Also, give your brain breaks. Take a short walk, stretch, or step away from your screen between study sessions. If stress is building up, talk to someone you trust or use campus counseling services if they're available. Taking care of yourself is not wasting time. It's what makes serious studying possible. Your phone and laptop can be huge distractions, but they can also be powerful tools if you use them intentionally. Calendar apps can remind you of due dates and class times. Task or to-do apps let you break big assignments into smaller steps and check them off as you go. You might use note-taking apps or cloud storage to keep your work backed up and accessible from anywhere. There are also tools that can help you stay focused. Timers for 25/5 study sessions, website blockers to limit social media during study time, and citation helpers for your research papers. The key is to choose a few tools that you actually like and build them into your routine, instead of trying to use everything at once and getting overwhelmed. You do not have to do college alone. Most campuses offer resources that are completely free to you as a student. Writing centers and tutoring centers can help you with assignments, test prep, or just understanding course material. Librarians are amazing at helping you find credible sources for research projects. There may also be advising offices, disability support services, counseling, and financial aid staff who can help you navigate the non-academic parts of college. Reaching out for help is not a sign that you're failing, it's a smart way to use what you're already paying for. If you're not sure where to start, ask an instructor, advisor, or staff member to point you in the right direction. As we wrap up, remember that successful students aren't born knowing how to study. They learn strategies, test them out, and keep what works. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick one or two ideas from today, maybe using a planner, trying the 25/5 method, or reviewing notes within 24 hours, and try them this week. Pay attention to how those changes impact your stress and your grades. If something doesn't work for you, adjust it. College is a learning process, and that includes learning how you learn. The more you experiment with your study habits now, the more confident and independent you'll feel as you move through your classes. At this point, I'd love to hear from you. What questions do you have about any of these strategies? Is there a particular challenge you're facing, like procrastination, test anxiety, or juggling work and school that we haven't talked about yet? If you're not sure what to ask, feel free to email us at writingcenter@muskegoncc.edu whenever you think of a question in the future, and we will be happy to get back to you. Thank you for utilizing Muskegon Community College's Writing Center. You've got this.